these books that I own. This is the one that my family have had for a while. It's the Roger Evans Beginner's Guitar Book. It says it's easy to understand. Now here's the thing, it probably is easy to understand, but I don't understand it at all. I'll show you why. So it explains the parts of the guitar, alright? But then it moves on to this, and it shows you what the notes would be on the stave, and then from then on I don't understand it, because I can't really read these notes that easily. I just get slightly confused. And this is my favourite guitar book of all time. It comes with a CD-ROM. That is what got me into the guitar, because I've always enjoyed playing it, but through this I understood the theory more, and that to me was not majorly important, but enhanced my interest for music and definitely my skill, I think. This is by Steve Mackay. It's called Simply Guitar. Learn to play without reading music. That is kind of that is what I do all the time. And this is perfect, right? It's the anatomy of the guitar, which is amazing. And he's got things like basic chord progressions, and these are so easy to read. And then there's a bit about bar chords as well. And then also these here, you'll notice you'll see some X's here. That means that you have to mute that string, or just try not to play it, otherwise it will sound awful. So, but he explains that as well, you know, and he goes through, it's like an index here, all the different letters with chords. So I love this book, and I do recommend it. But another book I really like, and this is for song, and it's called Rock Ballads, the Complete Guitar Player Songbook, and it's got 15 songs in it, and there are some there that you might recognise. And the way it lays it out for you is the strumming pattern, which I'll explain a bit later, with the chords at the top, and then the lyrics with the chords next to them. So it gives you an example of how to play it in detail, and then it just shows you the rest of the song so you know when to play the chords. And it shows you at the top what the chords are. And another one I've got is just the Big Acoustic Guitar Chord Songbook. Very similar to this, not as detailed though with the strumming pattern, but you know, again, it's just got more songs in it, which I like. And I was happy with that because I get most of my tabs from the internet, like ultimateguitar.com, and the only thing with that is that you don't know if they're official, because all sorts of people contribute to the website. You don't know whether it's right or wrong, but if you look in a book like this, all of this is published, it's official, and you know this is the correct way to play the song. So that's what I like about that. One of the secrets to playing the guitar well is to have good strings. Honestly, right, I can't play it as classical to save my life, because the strings, the nylon strings, are atrocious, right? These are Ernie Ball. Right, this is another secret. Super slinky, regular slinky. Never get the really authentic hard strings. Get thin strings, because it will sound amazing, because they're so easy to play. These are model 2221, regular slinky, model 2223, super slinky. This one's already been opened, so I can show you. They come like this, in, oh my gosh, packets like that. This is the smallest one. This is a 9. This is a high E string. So this is the first string on your guitar. The first string, by the way, is this one here. People always make the mistake, they think the larger one is the first one. No, this is the 6th. That's the first. Just to clear that one up for you. I'll show you another make of strings. I used to use these. These are Roto Pinks. They're nickel strings, so these are nickel as well. This has a free extra first string, which is nice, because that's the one that tends to break, that tiny little thin string. And it's very similar, just similar packet. Alright, so the other thing I'm going to show you is an electric tuner. This is a chromatic tuner. They're quite expensive actually. I asked this guy who's really good at the guitar in my year group how much they cost, and he said about 20 quid, which seems like a lot, but you'll use it all the time, trust me. This is the one I use every day for all my guitars. It's got an attachment on it. You clip it to the inside of the guitar. You clip this into the tuner at the side. I'll show it to you. in here. And then for the electric guitar, very, very, very similar. You would just use one of the leads I showed you in the last section of the video rather than this, and it would fit in the tuner, it fits in the guitar, you're good to go. It's just, this is how you attach a strap to your guitar. You would drill this in one end, and you have to be very careful. There's a particular way you do it, because you don't want to damage the sound by drilling into a certain part of the guitar, so I haven't figured out how to do that yet. And then I'm going to show you how you would play your guitar. So these are some variations of plectrums. This one is a very thick triangular one, and they tend to chip at the end quite easily, so I don't really use them. I prefer these, and this is just a regular pick. And I've got an entire drawer of them, so this I believe is a 0.46, so it's that much thickness. Now if we compare it to a 0.71, which is a bit thicker, and then much thicker, and this is of a centimetre, so this is, 1.21 of a centimetre, and that is much thicker. The thin ones, they produce a better quality sound, but they break easily. Fender one snapped because it's thin, very thin. And then you can also use these on your fingers. Now, mine are too big for me, but anyway, these are the make of Stag. My guitar case is a Stag, by the way. And you just put them on your fingers, and when you're playing, and it's good for finger picking and stuff and strumming. And now I'm going to show you the actual guitar itself at last. It's my acoustic guitar. It's my dad's actually. It's Fender again, and that's another secret to playing. Being good at the guitar. If you get a guitar that is of a good make, it will just be easy to play. People think the more money you spend, the more advanced it is. That's not the case at all. The less money you spend, the worse quality your guitar is. I was just saying that I don't really believe in brands with anything, but with an instrument, sometimes it is that the more money you put into it, it's like an investment, the more quality you get out of it. So to me, this is an amazing sound. And I use it in most of my covers. Correct way to hold a pick. This, that, yes. This is a Korean guitar, and it hasn't got a name yet, because I kind of want to give it a traditional 3-syllable Korean name, which it hasn't got. So I'm just going to introduce you to my instruments, and these are the ones that you'll be seeing less of. So this here is an electric guitar. It's a Fender Stratocaster, and it's I would say it's the traditional Fender. It's kind of got, you know, the cream and white. Those are, you know, when you usually see a Fender Strat, it usually looks like this. It's not mine, it's my dad. He got it off someone who was selling a lot of his belongings because he was getting married, which I find quite funny. And yeah, it's got these different functions on it. You can see the pitch here and the volume. That's when it's plugged into an amplifier. And it's got a very slim neck, which perfect. It's so easy to play. It's beautiful. This is a lead that you would use with an amplifier, and you would plug one end into the attachment here, the input rather, and you would plug the other end into the amp. So that's just what you would do with an electric, because that is how the sound. And you can also manipulate the sound wonderfully on an amp. You can change the tone, and you know, if it's bright or if it's, you know, like a bluesy kind of bass sound. So what I wanted to show you here is the use of an Allen key. So I'll just show you the biggest one I've got because you can see it better. There we go. You may have seen these before if you own a bike, or if you've done any DIY before, you may have seen these. To me, I would see it as almost like a screwdriver, perhaps, and the way that I think this would work, excuse me, is, you see these, I'm going to give you all the names of the parts later, but for now, these things here that go across the bridge, you can see there's tiny little circles, and this fits in perfectly inside these. And if you twist it one way, it tightens it, the other way it loosens it, and that's how you fix your electric guitar if you need to change the adjustment or the height. of the strings. And then I have a semi-acoustic guitar. Again, very similar to the electric. You plug it in here if you want to put it in with an amp, but you can actually play it like an acoustic guitar. Now, I'm not going to give you a very good demonstration because this is out of tune, but you can hear it, can't you? Whereas this, not so loud because it's an electric. But this was the first guitar I owned. I was really interested in semi-acoustics, and I have got one of my own. So it's an unwell-known brand, but it's a Lake, and it's really nice, quite easy to play. The strings aren't that good quality because they're your standard steel nickel strings, but we're going to change them. You can see I've got a strap on here. You can do that with this one as well. There's a little nodule here and one at the bottom for a strap if you need to. And I'm also going to tell you the names of them. This one here, it usually goes by the name, for me, it's Christian. I'll explain why. Basically, my friend, she's got two guitars, and one of them is called Jimmy, and the other one is called Gloria. Anyone who's into Green Day will know exactly what I mean. Basically, they're characters from the Green Day albums or songs. So, as a joke, mine's kind of called Christian, because there's Christian and Gloria, and then, yeah. This one here is Japanese, so it's not the US, big Fender brand, it's the Japanese, which is the second one down from the US, but they're becoming more and more rare to get because they've stopped making them in Japan. This here, the Lake, I call it Mushroom, and it's not so imaginative because the colour that the guitar is, the body, is called Mushroom on the website, so I thought that's easy, the guitar is just going to be called Mushroom, so there we go.